Hello, everyone.
Oh, that's why. We met live.
Welcome.
That's why.
Uh, Alan's phone just went off. His text tone makes me laugh every time. We're back again. I'm sorry. It's my fault. Persona 5 took over my life, or that's all I want to do. But for you guys, I said let's do this, Alan. Let's talk about 3 chapters, because the longer we put it off, the more we're gonna have to talk about. So yeah, we're back. We're going to talk about chapters 150, 151, and 152, as well as what we wanted to talk about, which is what we're going to first talk about now, is our favorite characters. Because we talked about it a little bit before, because I couldn't wait. I was curious who his was. So do you want to go first, Alan?
I guess so. Totally forgot. Okay. Starting off in the series, didn't really have any characters I actually kind of liked. Maybe Sarah was one, but aside from like the once in a blue moon, she's a talkative person. She's really quiet. Doesn't actually talk a whole lot.
She talks by punching Naoki.
But she's like, oh, she's an interesting character, but I don't exactly like her, and that was as interesting as it got. Up until the second Fuuka, and that was like, oh, I actually like this character. I actually like the second Fuuka, Aoi. I don't
Yep,
even know.
Aoi.
Yep, Aoi.
It's Aoi.
But don't know. I ended up really liking Aoi, and she's more or less the only character I really like in the series. You want to go ahead?
Yeah. I was gonna say we should battle out our favorite characters, and it's a fight to the death. But then that would be tasteless in my part, because my favorite character is Fuuka Akitsuki.
So I win by default.
Exactly. Yeah, I still like her. Like, I know it's cliche that we both went after the Fuukas, both Fuukas, because the whole thing is, hey, pretty much she's the main character no matter what. Her name's in the freaking title. But yeah, I still like Kitsuki a lot. And it's mostly because of her personality. I really like her. The only thing I didn't like, which is, it's really weird because they made her into this character. They made her into the fan service character, and then as soon as she died, we're getting rid of all the fan service stuff except for maybe Aoi or Sarah's in the shower. That's all. That's about all you're getting. And I'm like, come on, Akitsuki was like tripping over, and there's a panty shot, and it's like why make her that character? But other than that, I still really like her. That's not going to go away, I don't think. They played with my emotions a lot with Sakura.
That was an interesting little series, little part there.
Yeah, my head was racking around like all these different theories. Like, okay, there's a chance it could be her. She could have went to the hospital, gotten better, forgot everything, has amnesia. They had a funeral for her because they knew she wasn't going to remember anybody, and the mom was sort of pretending to be sad. I had this all in my head. That's all my theory was. So I had my hopes up way too high, and then it got shattered by the stupidest thing. Freaking background characters, man. I'm sorry.
Yep. That was the dumbest reasoning.
Oh my god!
Our face was similar.
And so she cut her hair. I wanted to be like her to get closer. Like,
that was the entirety of the reason why she dressed up and tried to look like Fuuka.
Yep.
Our faces looked similar.
Hey, she liked you. She wanted to get closer to you as well.
Okay, that's another thing as well, but
that
was the dumbest reason.
Gosh, God, I like her and hate her at the same time, but like, god damn it, that was mean. um,
And also, things just got confusing, and that's towards the end also as well, when it was just like, when it was all, when you was telling Sakura, I'm gonna make a song about you.
oh god, that was
Then
really
it's like,
confusing.
wait a minute.
That's why I was
Then
like,
the next chapter after that, I was like, no, I was making about you, Allie. Like, what?
yeah, I'm like, it doesn't
What's going
work.
on?
It doesn't work like that. But that's you logic. Coin that term here. Uh,
There's quite
when
a
you
bit of
does
that.
something so stupid that not even the reader understands, and it pisses off other characters in the manga, that's what we call you logic. Um, so besides that, favorite characters aside, these new chapters, 150, for being like kind of like an anniversary issue, kind of quiet a little bit. The big thing to come out of it was everybody's going their separate ways to train. Because Yu has this song now. He lets them listen to it, and they're like, "Oh, damn! I don't know if I'm that good to play it. So I want to learn. Let's take like 2 months off. We're gonna go our separate ways, and we're gonna try and become better players in all our instruments." Sarah's going overseas. Aoi is going to talk to. I was going to say Yasan, but that's the other guy. That's
Yeah,
the drummer.
that's the drummer. He
He's
wanted
going to Sarah's
Yasan to
brother.
teach him, but Yasan is going around as a support drummer because another drummer in a band dropped out for a little bit or got sick.
Yep. Oh, shoot. Yu, we find out at the end, he's going to go talk to Mogami, which is very interesting. Like, I thought he was going to become important at some point. I actually forgot about him at first because I'm looking at him. I'm like, who are you? But the problem was that the freaking being on tour arc was way too long that my brain kind of fried out some memory of some things. So they all go their separate ways. And then 151 happens, um, which is just a funny issue of you and
As
Aoi.
stereotypical as you can get for this situation.
Exactly. So it's you and Aoi at the apartment alone. They're dating now.
They're dating. They're
They,
talking.
they want to
Then
do
about
stuff.
halfway through the chapter, they realize, oh wait, it's just the two of us in this apartment.
And then you find out that Yu is not very much a go-getter.
He is
So
not
Aoi has to take
smooth.
things into her own hands. Oh God, literally.
That's the proper wording you want to use.
Didn't mean this.
Yu tries to take it into his own hands as well,
That's also
and
true.
to a degree succeeds.
So I mean, we have to say it. So yeah, they kind of want to get on, and you really wants to fondle Aoi, and does. But then you find out that there's one member we were forgetting about that's not leaving, named Alba, that bursts into the door and says, "Hey everyone, I'm back," and Yu's hand just gets freaking destroyed in the process as Aoi covers herself. Which I felt bad for you there, not because Alba almost caught him, but oh my God, like his hand was like freaking like bent backwards. And I'm just like, oh my God. So yeah, not everybody left. Alba's still there, so they have to be careful. And that was the whole chapter. I started laughing my butt off when Alba busted through the door. And then also Crane was when he got his arm freaking bent into past a 90-degree angle.
Definitely the funniest chapter so
Yeah,
far.
and in a long time too. Like,
Yeah.
like the last thing I can really remember is things like with Sarah, like them meeting for the first time,
Right.
as well as like the beach, um, where you kind of gets brought back to life by Fuuka Akitsuki and a kiss, and he's like, hello, whoa, no, let's not talk about this, and it's freaking awkward for a while. That kind of stuff made me laugh, but because of the tour thing, it kind of lost a lot of the funny parts. So that brings to 151, 152, where you actually goes to see Mogami in private to kind of get some little bit of lessons on how to become a little bit better, which I can't remember him. Even if I look him up, I'm going to not tell you him right, but he was teaching him like crazy moves of like
Yeah, he was
freaking
just going through the
smacking.
basics, going through the basics of bass slapping.
If you want to call them basics,
Well,
I'm just
no,
like, oh
that's
my
that.
god.
It's like it's 5 different motions in one.
Yeah, and that's the basic part, but there's so much more to it, is what he says, and trying to get a little bit more information on why the song isn't really sticking and why maybe he is having more problems with it, and he learns that maybe he has to edit it more, not to
Not to lose,
Nico's
not,
vision.
don't lose what it was supposed to be, but at the same time make it his own song.
Yeah, don't just take what Nico did. It's unfinished. Do make it your song, but take what he's giving you and roll with it. He gave you this stuff so you can make your own song, not take exactly what he was trying to do. It was clearly unfinished, even though it sounded really good. And that leads to another funny-ish scene of you sitting there trying to just like
Figure
there.
the song out. He's just trying to figure out how does he make it better, and as well as how does he become a better artist.
And
It's how he just. I was like, hey, I'm home. She just comes home and she tries talking to him, and he's kind of not paying attention to her for a little bit. And
yeah.
then he just starts talking to her like, by the way, I remember, I love you, but and I'm trying to figure out how to say that through music.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So,
I was like, yeah, I love you too. Remember how? By the way, remember what happened last night? I wouldn't mind if we tried that
and I broke
again.
your arm.
I wouldn't mind trying that again, but you, with his you logic, it doesn't even hear her.
Yep, he just is like,
His
I'm
voice,
trying to figure out this song and how to get it across. I'm just like,
lost opportunity.
yep. And then that's when even I'm gonna show just when Allie's face is just like, are you fucking serious? Yeah, and then she even yells at him for being a songwriting freak and stuff, and he was confused on why. Again, you logic. Don't be a you. Or maybe be a you. I mean, it's working for him. I mean, who knows? Don't listen to us. Apply you logic. So I'm curious where the next one's going to go. I'm actually kind of hoping they actually go to the other band members like Sarah and things like that and see what they are doing during this time period. That'd be really cool. I would actually really like to see that. Give it a change of pace. Because we don't know really like kind of what they'll be doing. They said what they'll be doing, but
Like,
wanting to see that would be
do we get to see it do we get to see their improvement in progress, or are they just gonna, in 3 or 4 chapters, they're just gonna come back and be like, hey, we're better now?
Exactly. That's I hope not. That'd be a missed opportunity in my opinion. There's one thing that I've been waiting to creep back up, and that's Koyuki. I'm wondering when she's gonna show her face again. I really am. It's been a long time since she's shown up, and I just feel like she's about to come back in and be like, "Oh, hey, you," and just fuck the whole relationship up. So I'm curious what's gonna happen.
Yeah, are the rabbits still going strong?
Yeah,
That would be interesting. She just pops up. By the way, I still love you.
and then Fuuka's just like,
Excuse me?
get the fuck off. I'm trying to remember. Was any of these chapters? And maybe I'm not remembering things well, but I thought they showed Nico and uh, Tama-chan. Oh my god! See, it's just instinct now. To say
There was a brief thing in 151
Okay.
where Tama asks Nico, "Hey, what was it? 151?"
I was gonna say it might be because I don't think it was 150. I think that was just the whole.
No, I think it was 150. No, one. Yeah, God, I don't. I'm pulling it up now.
Like maybe it wasn't 150 because that was the whole freaking awkwardness.
No, it was. Yeah, it was 150.
Okay. I mean, it was just a small thing.
Tama just asked, "Hey, what did you do? What did you give him? What did you give you?" And Nico's just like, "Oh, it's just a song I never finished. It's not worth it. Not worth talking about it."
Oh God, Thomas' face. It gets me every time. The smile. Yeah. Oh, that's what she says. That's what got me more. You handed down your life to those kids too, huh? Is what Thomas says. And then just yeah, she smiles. Seriously, if Tama shows up more, I seriously think she might take over my favorite character. But I don't think she's gonna be around enough. And that's
You and your blondes.
I'm learning that I like blondes, apparently. All right. It has to be blue hair or blonde. That's what I'm learning. But yeah, so I'm hoping. I know I feel bad again. I'll say it again. Next week oh shoot, I'm at a convention next week. Might have to skip next week because I will be at a convention. Yeah, I'll be at an anime convention next week, so we probably won't be able to do it Friday. So we'll probably do it in 2 weeks. Do 2 more chapters again.
After that, try and keep a consistent schedule.
Yeah, we're hoping our end goal is to at least do these on Wednesday. It's the day after their chapter's released. We're fresh off of it. I'll be still probably flipping out about whatever happens. Because after a couple days, I kind of lose that. Unless it's something crazy like I really wanted to talk about last week because that was in my head all freaking week. This crazy stuff that happens. But it just Persona. it really did take over. So
yeah, I'm not sure when I'm picking that up.
You really should.
I want to finish Mass Effect first.
I would do that because you probably won't go back. So besides that, we'll be back not next week, but the following week with 2 more chapters. Unless they have a week off. That's the only thing. I don't know if they'll actually be a week off. I know they do that once in a while. So with that, you can find me. I'm doing better. I'm remembering stuff. You can find me on Twitter at the Sigma Omega, and you can find Alan at
X0264.
So follow us, Shenanigans. I've been kind of quiet on the Fuuka front there, mostly because of Persona again.
I've been quiet in general just because I'm spending a lot of time at work, not too much time for myself lately.
Yes, that's another problem. So hopefully everything will be good, especially in 2 weeks. I know I'll be done with Persona 5 by then, and I should be a little bit more calmer. So with that, let the voice of love take you higher. See you guys later.
Later.